Greetings of the day. I'm Khwaish Gupta, and today I'll be sharing my research titled Indian News Media Coverage of Environmental Issues, Online and Offline Print. Print media has seen tremendous growth in India over the years, acquiring limitless dimensions as it also goes online. A rapid and constant swelling in news content to such an extent also calls for attention if an extremely imperative topic like environment is receiving its due weightage. Talking about Indian news media, we must recognize that the world's largest democracy stands second in the newspaper circulation market, signifying the sheer magnitude of print media that exists in the country. There is no doubt that Indian media has been acting as the fourth estate of Indian democracy. It has also long been a driver of public discourse and policy making. There has been a significant increase in media consumption over the past few years, and the masses are indulging in now a gradual shift from offline to online media due to greater accessibility that the internet offers. Now, the lockdown due to the pandemic has obstructed both the demand and supply of printed news. And during the same time, online news publications are also presenting themselves as a suitable alternative for mainstream media. They make it seem as if they're the cornerstone of modern journalism, which they also might be. However, newspapers continue to act as a custodian of the general public in disseminating information and also enjoy great credibility. Therefore, in the present scenario, both online and offline print media are extremely important. Now, talking about the environment in India, it won't come as a shock to any of us when I say that India ranked 168 on the Environmental Performance Index, which took into account 11 sustainability issues ranging from water to air to sanitation, etc. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is responsible for environment and forestry programs in India. And the importance of environmental awareness cannot be stressed enough for a country like India, which is hungry for development, and it in this process it may forget the environmental aspects of it. This is where the media steps in. It steps in to mobilize public opinion, influence their lifestyle, and engage citizens in the making of environmental and developmental policies. The coverage of environmental issues has increased over the decades, but it is still not enough due to gaps and loopholes in the reportage. They are also not considered newsworthy or of public interest, due to which this vicious cycle is entered in which there is less coverage, due to which there is less audience interest, again due to which there is less coverage by media houses. There is also a lot of scope for some basic training and understanding that the engagement of journalists and scientists requires to facilitate the outflow of information. This can also be used to increase scientific literacy among the masses, which is extremely important for them to understand topics like climate change, air pollution, etc. While Indian media coverage of issues like climate change and air pollution has increased over the decades, it still remains insufficient and full of loopholes. To quote an example, there was a study that proved that Indian news media is more likely to quote politicians when it comes to climate change or other environmental issues rather than scientists. To walk you through the objectives of the study, they were to find out and make a comparative analysis between print and digital news media of India through content analysis in terms of frequency of the environment related articles, frequency of the themes covered, to see if the reportage was lockdown centric, thereby compromising other studies and events that took place related to environment or not. Then the general type of articles preferred by a medium or a media company, the structure, the geographical focus. Was set from 1st March 2020 to 30th June 2020. I took two newspapers and 2 digital media platforms. Talking about newspapers, I took the Hindu and the Times of India, which were the 2 most widely circulated newspapers and had digital archives that were used for the research. E-paper of Times of India and the web archives of India were searched for articles related to environment. The Hindu also had a dedicated segment of article archives that were environment related. 2 independent digital media companies were The Wire and The Print, which also enjoy a good popularity online. Both of them had an archive of environment-related articles in a dedicated segment on their respective websites. I found 433 articles in total, which were then subjected to content analysis. The content analysis of those 433 articles was done on 4 basic categories. That was nature, theme, structure, and the geographical focus of the article. Again, these 4 categories were bifurcated into subcategories whenever possible. To see the frequency of articles as per the nature of the article, the nature meant the type and the context in which the article was published. So when you talk about the type of the article, we wanted to see if it was a news report or were they falling under other categories like feature, opinions, editorials, etc. So, when we speak about the context, we wanted to see if they were only pandemic or lockdown related environmental issues, or they also spoke about other general things that might be going on. So it was a general trend to notice that both newspapers and digital platforms gave more preference to features and editorials as against news reports. Also, when we speak about the context, fortunately, the environment impact of the lockdown did not overtake the coverage of other issues of importance during the COVID-19 pandemic. This was true for both online and offline media. The next category is of themes. There were 6 main themes decided: climate change, policy and projects, pollution, biodiversity, general awareness related to, say, observances of days like World Environment Day, World Ocean Day, etc., and other issues like agriculture, energy, disasters, that. So we see that this figure here shows how these themes were covered by articles, and we see that biodiversity has received the maximum coverage, whereas climate change, such an important issue, has just been covered by 8% of the total articles. Here is the frequency of articles that the media outlet-wise coverage of these themes. And here's a table which shows the frequency of the articles. It is quite evident here that biodiversity is again the most covered topic by both digital and offline print news media. And topics like climate change and policies and projects have been covered almost equally in both the media. Whereas topics like pollution, general awareness, disaster, and agricultural issues seem to have significantly unequal weightage when we compare both offline and digital news media. Now let's talk about the structure of the articles. A basic skeletal structure for main characteristics of article was worked out, and 4 categories were deemed important for environmental coverage: the cause or the reason and why or what of the issue, impact or effect, does the article establish accountability or mentions the responsible body, and if yes, then who is it, and then the alternative action or the solution, if it's mentioned or not, and then if it is mentioned, is it explained? Table 3.1 shows that online media is more likely to mention causes and impact in their articles of a particular environmental issue as compared to mainstream print outlets. It is also seen to be more active in mentioning the individual or the authority responsible for their actions by also mentioning the actions being taken or proposing some. Online media also offer a better rounded coverage of environmental issues. It is shocking to note that not even half the newspaper articles talked about the way forward by mentioning the action being taken or that should be taken. Throughout all the four parameters, online media showed more articles mentioning these parameters and then further going on to explain them. Uh, we also saw that throughout the four media outlets, the wire stood out by showing exemplary performance in covering all these aspects in their articles. However, what was shocking was that there was no representation of NGOs in online media coverage because India has a very active environment-based NGO ecosystem. The last parameter was the geographical focus. So most articles did talk about a specific area, but still 15% of articles had no geographical focus. Newspapers are more likely to be generic about environmental coverage as compared to online media. However, we see that newspapers are more likely to report about local and regional environmental issues, while online news websites focus on topics of national importance. Now, we also must see what these numbers bring for us on the table for discussion. So we see that the frequency of environment-related articles cannot be solely attributed to the medium, that is online or offline. Even though mainstream newspapers together have published more than news websites have, we see that the Wire has had the most comprehensive news coverage on environment-related issues. The sheer number of articles isn't enough, and we must also look at the quality of articles being published. We saw that during the pandemic also, news outlets kept on covering environmental issues, which is a really positive thing. And which is again, what was also worth appreciating is that the context of the articles was not only lockdown related. It also covered various other environmental issues that were going on in the country or outside. Now, talking about other aspects of the content, we saw that under themes, biodiversity was followed by projects and policies in the most covered topics. How shocking it was actually to see that minuscule coverage was provided to disaster and farming. Despite India in May and June being struck by major disasters like Cyclone Amphan and the locust attacks, among others. India is also an agrarian economy. Despite this, coverage has been rather modest. It is motivating that online media has managed to cover these two issues of immediate and extreme importance better than the newspapers. Next, it was found that featured articles, opinions, and interviews were preferred over news reports, and this was applicable over all types of news outlets. Now, the positive aspect of this is that it offers more comprehensive knowledge of the issue, as time ensures a better truth and the human element evokes empathy. We saw that online media was able to provide a better or more information-based structure as compared to offline print media. Talking about the geographical focus of the articles, print media attends more to local and regional environmental news, while online news publications they read to international and national events. This model works well for each of them respectively because of their audience pool. Newspapers are called local dailies, whereas online publications have a more diverse and scattered audience throughout the nation. Further studies can look at media outlets in Hindi and other regional languages like Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil, and various others to understand the coverage in vernacular newspapers. The number of media outlets covered in the study were really few and might not be representative of the whole Indian news media. So they can study more news organizations, and they can also move beyond the spectrum of print news media and go to TV news media, television news media as well. What can also be interesting to look at is the study of the coverage in pre and post pandemic stage, as this was a study based during the pandemic. Um, for a more specific and detailed study, one can pick up a specific theme, let's say biodiversity or policies or projects or public transportation, and then carry on how the Indian news media is reporting these issues. To conclude this discussion, we're going to look at the positives and the negatives that the study showed. There was continued coverage in the midst of a pandemic. There was adequate importance given to other environmental events, again in the midst of a pandemic. And the growth of online media as a more comprehensive provider of information related to environment was really motivating. However, we saw that newspaper reporting was a little insufficient and problematic while we considered the structure of the articles. A short supply of reason and effect for a specific issue will lead to lack of public understanding, simultaneously adding to their fallen interest. They must also mention individuals, organizations, and governmental bodies responsible so that people can hold them accountable and demand the rightful actions in case of wrongs. A call for action followed by an explanation or presence of action being taken is also equally important to stir public to action. So just like news companies have journalists specializing in news, in lifestyle news, they must also invest in environment journalists and science journalists. Journalists should also be provided with adequate opportunities to engage with scientists and make the public more aware and uh, with more reliable information. I like to end with John Clare's The Instinct of Hope line, which filled me with hope and optimism. In the small violet feels a future power and waits each year renewing blooms to bring. And surely man is no inferior flower to die unworthy of a second spring. Thank you so much.